to the health and happiness of your children. Here's another data point. Since 2016, Facebook has been paying kids as young as 13 to install a program on their phone that, unbeknownst to them, gives Facebook access to all of their phone data. Josh Hawley is a new senator. He represents the state of Missouri. We're glad to have him in Washington and on our set. Senator, great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
So, is this legal that Facebook has been secretly monitoring your kids?
It may be legal, but it's certainly a breach of trust, Tucker. And I mean, I have to say that the more evidence we get about Facebook, I mean, every time you turn around, you see them doing something else creepy.
Yes.
Whether that's lying to Congress, you were just talking about that a second ago. Mark Zuckerberg said not long ago to Congress that every piece of data that a user has on Facebook belongs to him or her. Well, we know that's just not true. We know they've been selling user data without users' consent, and now they've been, paying teenagers, 13-year-olds, to spy on them. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Will there come a time, do you think, where the Congress decides to push back? In a substantial way against these companies.
I hope so, and I think that time is here. I mean, it's time to do it. I mean, number one, we need to know if Facebook, I think, is violating their consent decree from 2011. Let's remember they were investigated by the Federal Trade Commission for all sorts of privacy violations. Looks to me like they're in violation of that decree, so they should be getting investigated and having that decree enforced. But we may need additional legal protections for children especially.
So the FDA is threatening right now to shut down Juul, which is an e-cigarette maker, on the grounds that e-cigarette use might be harmful to kids. There's no actual evidence that it is, but it seems like it would be. We have a lot of evidence that using smartphones hurts kids in a measurable way. Why shouldn't somebody at least begin the conversation of banning this?
Well, we need to have a conversation, I think, about the society-wide effects of social media and smartphones on children, on youth violence, juvenile delinquency. And look, I think it's time that we thought about really stringent protections, privacy protections for young adults. I mean, should, for instance, advertisers be able to target young adults? Should they be able to collect all this data on them? Maybe not. And maybe it's time that we embodied those restrictions.
Yeah, like tomorrow morning. Do you think that there will be bipartisan support, or will it just be conservative?
I would hope that there would be bipartisan support. What parent in America isn't concerned? I'm the father of 2 little boys. What parent in America isn't concerned about what these companies are pushing to their children, what data these companies are collecting on their children, and then whom they're selling it to? Everybody should be.
I don't think it's just an endless stream of porn and video games. Do you know what I mean? And, privacy violations that we know makes you dumb, depressed, possibly suicidal and violent. I mean, I don't think it's a big deal. Maybe someday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Senator, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great to see you.